Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, we're always happy to get a visit here from Boys Hope, Girls Hope of Baton Rouge. Been a while since we sat down with Mr. John Daniel to find out about the great things that they have going on here in the capital area, and here to tell us all about it is John Daniel. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. On behalf of the young people we work for, thank you for taking the time with us today. We've got an exciting event coming up, Bold for Hope, on October 29th and 30th. But I think it's important as we talk about this event, we really talk about why.
Right.
Out of respect for all of the people who we asked to donate. Boys Hope, Girls Hope of Baton Rouge is an organization that offers tutoring, mentoring, and enrichment for young people who are underserved but are capable and motivated. These are tomorrow's leaders. We do this in a manner that is suited for what we need in our environment now. We would be remiss in not looking at some of the incidents that have occurred in the last few days.
You bet.
I've lost some of my friends, men in blue, and I want to say a shout out to that group. I love you. Please continue to do what you have to do to protect us, and we're behind you. But that said, what I know for sure, we will only find a young person who becomes a man or woman for others if they're nurtured properly.
Right.
What we offer at Boys Hope, Girls Hope of Baton Rouge is the following. We are going to offer them the idea of becoming their own self-agent, to own their life, to understand you reap what you sow. We're going to offer them a mindset that's growth-oriented rather than fixed. What I'm simply saying is one has to sometimes not just look at their past, but look at their present to create a greater future. And there may be limitations of the past, but it's important that we believe that our greatest power comes from within, and if nurtured properly with values, intellect, character, and of course, science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, and lastly, some basics, reading, writing, speaking, and using software to express yourself. Communication is key to many of the problems that we see in our society today.
It's really a holistic approach you take that touches every aspect of a person on there. And I know we talked a little bit off camera about the great growth that you've experienced. I mean, tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. When I came to Boys Hope, Girls Hope of Baton Rouge, there were 6 young people being taken care of for about a $500,000 budget. You know, I was one of these kids. I was being shot at in Philadelphia at 14. I was put into a program like this in Lakeshore Drive, Wisconsin. Now I have 2 Ivy League degrees and I'm retired as a Director of Economic Development for a national company. What I know for sure is when you offer the kind of programming we do, you're building the human being from within. You're empowering them to see their greatest power is the life that they live and the choices that they make. We all have good and bad inside us. The question is, which one do we choose? And the one that wins in that battle is the one we feed.
That's definitely a great message for anyone who's out there. I know that Bold for Hope is going to help you continue to do that great work. One more time, we got about 30 seconds left. Tell the folks where they can go to find out more about your wonderful organization or about Bold for Hope.
Absolutely. Bold for Hope can be researched and signed up for at bhghbr.org. You can also call me at 402-871-5945 or email me at jgdaniel@cox.net.
John, thanks so much for coming on and tell us all about it.
Appreciate
for what
it,
you're
sir.
doing out there in the community. Really appreciate that.
Hey, thanks, sir.
Well, they're out there right now helping protect you from Medicare fraud. It's the Senior Medicare Patrol. Take a look, everybody.
The Senior Medicare Patrol is federally funded by the Administration for Community Living. And in Louisiana, we're sponsored by EQ Health Solutions. Our mission is to empower Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caregivers to prevent, detect, and report fraud, abuse, and waste through outreach, counseling, and education.
And they're telling us out of the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services in Washington that anywhere from 60 to 100 billion, that's with a B, is lost by fraud, abuse, error, and waste each year in this nation. That's an eye-opener. All I know is good medicine All I know are physicians who practice good medicine, but there are some that are not, and there are people who will take advantage of your Medicare number and buy all sorts of things with it.
In Louisiana, we have over 800,000 Medicare beneficiaries. We have 3 full-time staff with a limited budget. It's a grant program. We have 46 wonderful volunteers, but 800,000 people to reach with the few numbers that we have to support the program is daunting. So volunteers are critical for us to reach the Medicare beneficiaries across the entire state.
We are looking for someone who is not afraid to stand up in front of a group and maybe give a 15 to 20 minute presentation on Medicare fraud prevention. They talk to them about protecting their Medicare summary notice, detecting fraud, waste, and abuse on their Medicare summary notices, and then how to report that. We're also looking for volunteers who like to work at health fairs, where they stand at a booth and they hand out literature, giveaways. We provide all of that information for them.
Well, in my particular case, I answered an ad about Spanish-speaking volunteers for SMP. One of my favorite programs is Social Security and Medicare. The costs are very high, and incrementally every year it goes up higher and higher. And if fraud is one of the reasons, then I will do whatever is necessary to help. I can utilize my intelligence, my knowledge, my experience, my organizational skills, and if I don't have any of those, then I can acquire them because I'm dealing with people that are very capable. They are able to tell you exactly, well, this is what you can do, this is what's going to happen, this is the result. At the same time, some of the younger people are more knowledgeable about Medicare activities that I am not.
When that Medicare notice comes in, hopefully you can check the date, know the doctor that you saw is the doctor who's listed, and that the service that was given to you, you received, and the tests that you went to take, and the procedure, and even the hospital you were admitted to is accurate, and that you care. And if you find that it isn't, that's something you should take up with the provider, or either your plan, or if you're not satisfied with that, or you can't get an answer for it that's clear to you, that you contact the Senior Medicare Patrol for them to investigate. Because I think that not only is it fraud and abuse, it's also error and waste.
It's just very simple. Look at your bill. Now, I've been looking at my bills forever because it's my money, but your money, which is basically what I'm looking out for now, and you know, the federal government doesn't have any money. This is the taxpayer money that we need to watch out for.
We have found that retired professionals are a good fit for this type of work and the type of volunteers that are important to this program. If you feel that you can help us, we would greatly appreciate you calling our toll-free number, 877-272-8720, and talk with us. You can also go to our website, stopmedicarefraudla.org, and complete a questionnaire, read more about our program, or look at some of the testimonies from other volunteers and get more information about our organization.
When we come back on Across Louisiana, find out how you can go cruising for a cure. Don't miss it.